let's talk about a draft pick from last year, though. That is not looking good for guys. As I said, I've been not too big a fan of some of Shane's prior draft classes before this year. We got to talk about Jalen Hyatt again and ask the question, as it looks like he's waving goodbye in that picture there. Is it time to give up on
He kind of
Jalen
looks
Hyatt?
like Bruce Banner in an old school The Incredible Hulk TV
Do,
show.
do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It's also made for TV movies, by the way. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
YouTube has them.
Yeah. Did he fight Thor in one of them?
There was a Thor. Yes, there was a Thor. There was also a Daredevil in one of them as well.
Oh, it's got to be fantastic.
Yes. It's absolutely as horrible as you think it is. There was also a Doctor Strange. Oh, yes. They had a few of them. Anyway, on to Jalen Hyatt, who is just been playing very strange. So last night, he was targeted 4 times. 1 catch for 6 yards. That's with him playing 81% of the offensive snaps in the game, guys. That's not good. I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm going to in case anybody's confused by that. That's really bad. That's like something you expect out of like your 4th wide receiver, not one of your, 3 that are out there consistently almost every play.
Well, he's also wasn't. Well, last night he was consistent, but not for the year.
No, but I'm saying he had a big opportunity because, the game before that, Slayton was balling out. Wandale was just catching the ball every single chance. Well, he dropped a couple times, but he's still getting a lot of balls. He's throwing his way there and getting a lot of catches. You understood a little bit how it wasn't popping up as much. Nobody balled out yesterday. And it's not to single Hyatt out as if he's the only one who didn't ball out. Don't get me wrong. But when you're on 81% of the offensive snaps, guys, 1 catch, 6 yards does not cut it.
No.
That absolutely does not cut it. Like, that is an absolute waste. An absolute waste, guys. You can't be doing that. You got to go ahead and get more than that. I'm not saying you got to do 100 yards. If he had done 30, 40 yards, I think we'd be having a different conversation right now. Okay, we saw a little life out of him. Can he build off of that? 1 catch for 6 yards. I mean, I guess that's his best game he's had. It's his only catch he has in the year. So I guess can he build up on this 1 catch, 6 yards?
No. I guess he's get next one's 4.5 yards. Wolf.
But I'm just saying, is it crazy to think that Isaiah Hodgins could do more with that playing time? The guy who had some really good rapport with Daniel Jones a couple years ago, and even last year did whole lot more than Hyatt's done this year.
Does that say much?
Is it crazy to sit there and say that when he's healthy again, because obviously he was out last week, but Bryce Ford Wheaton, should he be getting these snaps instead? See what he's got. We really haven't seen him in the offense at all. I'm at the point where it's like, we talked about Evan Neal a minute ago, saying maybe he needs a little one-on-one, a little time off the field, a little time to grow and mature, so to speak, into his game. I think that's what Jalen Hyatt needs. I'm not ready to give up on him. I'm not ready to say, like, let's toss him out to the side. But I think he needs to be at the very bottom of the depth chart and worked with to, A, bulk up. I still think he's way too goddamn skinny.
The problem is when you say bulk up, like, he's a one-trick pony, and it's speed. Yeah. So you put too much mass on, is he going to be that fast?
I don't know, but you got to try because he can't break away from anybody who's got any physicality whatsoever, and they know it. And this is corners that aren't even necessarily known for physicality, or just doing it because they know they can stop him that way.
Yeah.
If you look at the plays, even that he was throwing the ball, really, really tight windows. Like, he could not get separation. And unfortunately, I think that's where he's at. He's got to learn how to beat the press coverage. I think he's got to bulk up a little bit. I'm not saying go crazy, but if you get another 5-10 pounds of muscle at that point, maybe he loses a little bit of speed, but he's still going to be faster than most guys out there. Maybe instead of being Tyreek Hill speed, he's got Darius Slayton speed.
Which, listen, Slayton's making a career out of his speed, so it's all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you got to realize you can give up a little bit of speed if you end up being a better receiver for it. And I wonder if that's the scenario with him, because he's just, like I said, he's just so small. And I swear what they list him at can't be right for the weight. I really think that. Like, it's absolutely insane when you look at him when he's on the field and how tiny he just is. Like he's a stick figure. Like a good gust of wind is going to take him out. The kid's
Wee!
6 foot even, 185 pounds, guys. That's not football size. That's track and field size.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but at the same time, like a lot of players been coming out of college the past couple years have been smaller.
Yeah. And
So like it's not all of them bulked up.
But I feel like those guys also have they've been able to figure out how to get around that issue their whole college careers and everything. You know what I mean? Tank Dell, for example, classic example there, okay? Tank Dell is 165 pounds. He's also 5'8".
He's a wheel, man.
Like he's figured it out because he's had to his whole career. Whereas Jalen Hyatt could use that speed and get away with it. You can't get away with that anymore. Deb says maybe Hyatt could do better if he ran the right routes. Yeah, that probably wouldn't hurt either. Because there was definitely some miscommunication going on there. Like I said, I just feel like there's something going on there behind the scenes. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Something going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. And Dable keeps things in-house, as he should. I'm not suggesting he should let us know. He's keeping it in-house like he should. But I feel like there's something wrong. And I feel like sometimes you got to take a step back to take a step forward. And that's where I feel like we're at with Hyatt. I also wonder... Like, I don't want to even put this out there to a certain degree because I don't know people thinking this is definitely what's going on, and I have no proof of it. But I'm wondering if this is going on. We talked about the defense and how they're going to be upset necessarily with the offense because of how much trouble they've had scoring points, and the defense is kind of being expected to do much more than they should have to do. Is there a chance that maybe some of the receivers are having issues with the fact that they're wide open and Jones is missing them?
It could be probably more of a problem, like you're saying, than the defense.
Yeah,
defense is out there doing the job and they're working as a collective unit, but the receivers need a quarterback to throw them the ball. Like,
yeah. I mean, look at last year. Even let's look. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick for us here. The game stats here last year for Jalen Hyatt. So, what week did DJ get hurt? It was after Seattle, right?
Yeah, after Seattle.
He was in. Was he in for Buffalo? And then got hurt in Washington. Is that what it was?
I don't recall.
Okay, so
Buffalo just scored another touchdown.
There you go. So I'm going to put the first 6 weeks in. Okay, the first 6 weeks for Hyatt. No catches, 2 catches, no catches, 2 catches, no catches, 3 catches. So the first 6 weeks, he had 7 catches. The rest of the season, he had 23. It was a higher percentage by far. He barely had over 100 yards in the first 6 games. Ended up with 373. I wonder if there's something between him and DJ. And I don't even mean like he doesn't like DJ or DJ doesn't like him. Sometimes people just don't work well together. They're not in sync.
Yeah.
And especially a guy who counts on deep throws, because that's what he is a speed guy. And you got a guy who can't throw deep. That's a bad mix. So yeah, DJ got hurt in the Buffalo game, week 5. I was close. So let's take that out now. That was the 3 catch. His first 3 catch day was the Buffalo game. So that means in 5 weeks he had 5 catches. Oh, sorry, 5 weeks he had 4 catches. So we had 19 catches the rest of the way. I'm not saying he was lighting the world on fire. I'm not saying he was like an amazing receiver, but he went from 99 yards in 5 weeks to 373 yards overall. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
And, those were big catches. I mean, he hit against Arizona. Obviously, everybody looked good that second half of Arizona. you look at the game, 2 catches, 89 yards he had. So he has some deep throws. The other 2 catches for 10 yards against the Seattle Seahawks that week. I'm just saying, I'm just wondering if these guys just don't work well together. And it's probably the fact that, again, Jalen Hyatt is the guy who counts on deep throws. Daniel Jones is the guy who has trouble throwing deep throws. And I wonder if there's a maturity or frustration issue going on. And that's part of what's going on behind the scenes.
I mean, it could be a big possibility. Like, you know, Hyatt's also one of those guys that was the stud for so long, and now he's bottom of the barrel. Like, there could be a lot of frustration there.
His own fault is bottom of the barrel. Deb says, why do they keep defending DJ? You mean Slayton doesn't see the problem? I think Slayton is much more versatile than Hyatt is, and that's the thing. Slayton has that deep runs he does at that point, his deep routes, but he also does the intermediate stuff too as well. You know, he still does the 10 to 15 yard catches as well. You know, this 8 to 10 yard catches. He doesn't just do the short stuff that Wandale does, like the 3 yard catches and all, but
yeah.
But you know, he does do that kind of stuff. Whereas Hyatt just hasn't, because Hyatt's big thing is using that speed to create separation. If you're using speed to create separation, that takes some yardage to get that separation, which means you're relying now on deep throws. Like I said, just food for thought. I'm thinking about here while we're even recording. I wouldn't even put this in the notes. It's kind of just popped up in my head. I just wonder if that's what's going on. And we're not going to know. We shouldn't know. That's stuff you keep in house. You know?
Yeah.
And Deb says, oh no, but Slayton defends DJ like crazy. As he should. That's his quarterback.
Yeah.
He came up with him. Same rookie class and everything. Like, that's his quarterback. He should. Slayton is a stand-up guy. This is why I keep on telling people when they come about getting rid of Slayton. He's a stand-up guy. He's underrated. He's a team player. He's a guy that you should want on this squad for many years to come. As long as he's still got ability and plays football well. However long that is, you never know with football.
Touché.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.